If you're on F-1 and planning marriage green card, you've probably heard once you start the process or once your case is pending. But most people don't actually know what that moment is, because the shift doesn't happen when you get married, and it doesn't happen when you decide you're going to file. It happens when your Form I-485 is properly filed and accepted by the USCIS. Up until that point, your F-1 status is still fully controlling your situation. So, what does this actually look like in real life? Let's say you are on F-1 and now your I-485 has been properly accepted. At that point, two things are true at the same time. You still have your F-1 status, and now in parallel, you also have a pending adjustment of status application. So your F-1 doesn't disappear, you now have a second layer on top of it. And from that point forward, your decisions start affecting both. At a practical level, this is how it plays out. If you're in school, you continue your program as normal. If you're on OPT, you continue working under OPT. And by the way, if you haven't mapped out how that overlap works in your situation, start with the orientation below, so you can see how your F-1 status and a pending case actually interact before you're making decisions inside it. So what does that actually mean for you right now? This is where most of the practical questions start coming up. Do I need to tell my school? In most cases, no. Not just because you filed. You're still maintaining your F-1, so you continue following the same requirements. Do I need to tell my employer? No, your work authorization hasn't changed. If you're on OPT, you continue working under that authorization. Am I now in a different status? Not exactly. You now have a pending application, but your underlying F-1 doesn't automatically disappear, and you still don't have a new status quite yet. So at this stage, you're effectively operating under both, as long as you continue maintaining your F-1. And this is where the misunderstanding usually shows up. Don't assume that once your I-485 is filed, the pending case automatically covers everything, because if your F-1 timeline ends before your case is properly filed and accepted, you can lose control of how that transition happens. From a planning standpoint, the strongest position is this. You want to be in valid F-1 status at least at the moment your I-485 is filed and accepted by the immigration services. That gives you a clean transition into the pending stage. And if you're able to maintain your F-1 beyond that, continuing your program or your OPT, that's even better. The safest approach is to maintain your F-1 for as long as it is practical and treat the pending case as an additional layer, not a replacement, at least until your green card is approved. So the real goal here isn't just file the application, because once that transition is clean, your work authorization, your travel decisions, and how you move through the rest of the process all become easier to manage. And if you want to structure the transition correctly before you file, begin with the orientation below.